Welcome back to Spirit of Combat 2, presented by For All Manakind in association with Game Arena Columbus. I am Big Buck. This is Jaybird,
Hello.
and we are going to the losers finals, Illuminati versus Sheepherd. We're going to be starting off on Bazaar CTF, and hopefully we'll get right into it. Jaybirder is one of our competitors today. Which team do you play for?
I play for No Ego Gaming. I'm teaming currently with, um, oh my God, I'm teaming currently with Search and Sprawls. Or
Good
not,
deal.
yeah.
Alrighty, so we'll be moving into this fairly soon. We're going to start off with Bazaar CTF. What's your experience with this map and this mode?
So Bazaar CTF is probably my team's best game type. This game type is really revolved around setting up in lockers and top control and trying to control spawns. So what you want to do is you want to slay out and then you want to rotate and get them to spawn alley. So when they overextend, as they're going to have to do, that you can pick them off when they go mid, or if they go flag, you can pull four back as you escort the flag.
Mm. Now, my other commentator, Xander Invictus, said he favors a 2-1-1 strategy as it would be used in soccer. Two attacking, one floating, one defending. Does that make sense for a map like this?
Um, Kind of. It's something that I feel like it's not so much defensive as it is fighting for position. The idea is to have as much control as possible. So what you really want to do is you want to make sure that your angles on the map are good and that you have cover. So while you're moving around the map, you're looking for cover and angles to take that are going to offer you protection while giving you a good line of sight.
Right, and this on a map like this is a lot more open than a map like Streets, obviously.
Um, yeah, streets. A lot of the streets play is around the sides of the map, and a lot of the center like play of is around market on this map, coming from you'll see on either side Market Bridge or coming out of the lockers.
Right, and obviously here you've got the spanker, the overshield, and I believe a grapple shot you need to contest.
I feel like overshield isn't so important to contest. I feel like rocket control on this map is important. You can melt an overshield if you team shot together and call them out and pay attention to who has it.
Alrighty, that's good to know. Yeah, as I've said, we've had a lot of good teamwork in the whole tournament. So the question is just going to come down to who's executing better. All right, so looks like we're doing what we can here. This stream's a little slow. From what I can tell, it doesn't look like anyone's got either flag right now. We're looking through.
It looks like I'm not 100% sure who we're seeing here.
All right, whoever it is, they are at the sheep herd's base. Looks like they're waiting for some backup.
And he's going to pick up a kill with the Bulldog, but he's going to be taken down here.
And that's only one person up on Illuminati right now, but those respawn timers are only 10 seconds, so you're never going to be out of the action for very long.
So we're here with Blind Dreams, and he's on truck. He's going to push a guy in lockers, and Genetics is going to pick that kill up.
Yeah, in a game mode like this, you can't be worried about personal glory. It's not kill steal, it's kill secure.
Right, you're not looking to stat line here. You're looking to make sure that you're either cleaning kills or forcing lines of sight down. Just because you don't get a kill is not the end of the world. You've created a line of sight that you can now move freely along.
Right. All right, so looks like we've got it back. Sheep herds is I think Sheep herds' flag is out. Oh no, that's just a general indicator. So we're moving with Mike Fathom. He's engaging on here, playing careful, but he's again the only one up, so he's gonna go for it.
I don't really like this pool. And there's no one really on his team in a position, and he's very overextended.
And he goes right down there.
It's not like there were a lot of options, but playing sneaky, trying to get maybe over to their thruster, live and get some shots down while his teammates are trying to get to him would have been more beneficial, as he may have been able to delay something.
Yeah, one of the plays I saw last time was that someone on the BGC Scarlet who has been eliminated, they waited behind the flag and didn't take it until they were able to get some of their people over to assist.
Yeah, pulling a flag by yourself is never the answer, right? Because most of the time they're going to spawn their alley, and that's just a short walk right back into their base.
Gotcha. Alrighty, so let's see what we've got going on here. We're looking through Jedi Run Fast. Playing can't quite let his shield recharge. Let's see.
So he's pushing double doors here, and he's going to try and create some pressure for this overshield, but he's going to get taken down here as it looks like Illuminati is set up a lot better for this overshield. We're sitting here with Sinister, and you can see him as he's shooting downward on players and now he's moving top mid. They've picked this overshield up, and now you're going to see them advance. They're going to push through BR, Palm Tree, and double doors. They're going to look for spawners, get another round of slays, and try and move this flag.
All right, so that's an east-based marker. I take it that's we like push this location?
Yeah, or just, hey, there's someone around this area, be careful, look this way.
Gotcha. It looked like he was dancing on top of the door frame there. Is that, what purpose does that serve?
So he wasn't dancing, it's called strafing. He was moving back and forth on there, trying to save himself some time and absorb some damage through his body, as well as look down so that he could possibly jump over the person walking out that door. There's a little box that you can jump on in front of that door.
Gotcha. All right, so it looks like Sheepbird's flag is out, but it's still very close to their base.
Yep. And honestly, for this game, what I really want to see from Sheepherd this game is I'd like to see Shep make some really good decisions and slay out. When it comes to slaying, I think that he's one of the better slayers that I've personally seen when it comes to decision making.
Shep is the team captain then?
I don't know if he's the team captain, but I know that just watching him play today, I've been very impressed with everything I've seen. He's very efficient.
All right, so it looks like Manifest is gonna make a play. So we'll see how this.
A little bit of a fumble on that flag run might be putting an end to it. We'll see here. We've got, yep, so that's gonna put it down. But it looks like they're still here to follow.
It looks like Blind Dreams is pushing toward the flag. He goes down. Sinister was on the flag for just a second.
Oh, and Fathom's gonna get a big kill onto Shep here.
Oh, Fathom goes down there. Sinister Force is gonna score our first capture of the match.
The Illuminati will go up 1-0 in this match.
And as I was pointing out on our last capture of the flag, that 1 point is very important because now if they want to, Illuminati can have the option to play defensively.
Yeah, but playing defensive is bad. If you go 4 down, that's a free flag cap. Right, you never want to be put in a position. You don't really want to let off the gas pedal. You always want to make sure that you're playing properly. You don't want to give up too much free space or play defensively.
All right, yeah, that's the difference from a lot of other games I've played personally, where having the option to play defensively is a good thing. So you're saying here you don't necessarily want to do that. You want to keep pushing so that they don't have a chance to push back.
Right, because at the end of the day, there's still overtime. So all it takes is one bad push or one missed fight. You go 4 down, and then the game is right back 1-1. But if we look at this, it looks like Sheepherd is running a flag of their own right now. And Genetics is absolutely cleanly running this flag. I think that might be the nicest flag run that I've seen this today.
Yeah, but he gets pushed back. Looks like he was pushed back by Mike Fathom. Oh, looks like both flags are out.
Yep, and Blind Dreams is gonna. Oh, but he's gonna get taken down by Shep. So I really want to see Shep. Like I said, I want to see him just come to life in this.
Yeah, both flags are right in the same spot. So whoever can return their flag is gonna have the advantage now.
And it does look like we're on board here with Mike Fathom again, and he's gonna pick up a huge kill here on a respawner on Alley.
Sinister Force doing the flag juggle. What purpose does that serve?
So flag juggling allows you to continually move at full speed with the flag. There is a slight movement speed difference when you're holding a flag or an objective, and certain objectives won't let you sprint.
Gotcha. I knew it was something like that. I just figured it'd be good to get an explanation from someone who actually plays the game.
Also, another good reason for it is if, like, let's say that you've run at palm trees, you can then just toss the flag out bottom mid. There's no cover for them if they want to return it, so you can bait the flag and trick players into going for what they think is an easy recup with no players, and shoot down on them from top, make it a 3v4, get a touch on the flag, reset the timer, collapse on them, and then finish the flag cap.
Okay, yeah, we were 4 down on Illuminati for just a second there, but we had 3 of them come up real quick.
Yep, and it looks like Jedi Run Fast is going to be out here running this flag, and he's opting not to juggle, so we can see the difference in speed here, as he's going now front trucks to the market, and he's going what I believe is red side dino nades, sitting red market.
So was that one of those bait instances you were talking about?
I do apologize. Can you repeat that, please?
Okay, was that an instance where he was trying to use the find the bait, or was he just waiting for a shield?
I believe he was trying to see if anybody was going to come out. So I think that one was a bait, or he was waiting for his teammate because he had his back to a wall, so he had an angle where he could watch his teammate, where only one angle could shoot at him.
Right. And in the meantime, Sheepherd did score, so we're now on 2 captures to 1 in favor of Illuminati.
Yep, but Sheepherd is still coming back to life here, and it's never, ever, ever over. You just gotta have one good slays, but Manifest picking up these rockets off spawn, it's gonna be really big for Illuminati.
Rad. Now, something I've been told, correct me if I'm wrong, the Spanker has a large blast radius, but a small lethal radius, correct?
Kind of. So the rocket doesn't do as much damage as people think. It's more or less the explosion or what does the damage, right? So that's where a lot of your splash damage is coming from. So it's not necessarily where it explodes, but where the explosion hits that the damage is consistent with.
Okay. All right, we are approaching 2 minutes left in this game. Illuminati is still up 2-1, and it looks like Blind Dreams is getting ready to make an attempt.
He sees his teammate, and there you go. That's what I'm talking about. See how he tossed the flag out, made the player push up, and then cleaned him as he went to try and get the kill?
Yes. Now you're pointing this out, like it's a lot easier for me to see since it's been described.
Right.
Yeah, Blind Dreams still making firepower happen.
Blind Dreams with a very beautiful strafe, taking very little damage. So when he's moving back and forth like that, that's called a strafe. Players use that to try and dodge bullets while they're shooting. And you don't want to just do left, right, left, right. You want to mix it up and go in a direction or jiggle peek out of cover. Like right there, you just saw Genetics go to the right, left, back into the wall, even though there was nowhere for him to go, because why would he strafe into the wall? He's trying to use his movement to mix up the crosshair placement of the enemy player.
Right, he's done.
Essentially, yeah. Or trying to predict where the shots are going to go.
And then go the other way.
Right.
All right, so, slips right by there.
That happens. That is Blind's teammate. So this looks like Illuminati may be putting this game away here with this flag cap. 30 seconds. It's not likely that Sheepherd will come back, but it's not impossible.
Not
but
impossible.
they need to run a flag here. Start running a flag here. Oh, probably in the next 5 seconds if they want to bring this game back.
It could happen, but it's gonna take a hell of an effort.
Very much so. We've got about 30 seconds left here in this game.
Yeah, honestly, I think at this point there's just not enough time to get 2 captures. So I'm gonna say Illuminati will get this one.
I'd say that's probably a fair bet. A lot of this game too, I can contribute to. Every time when we were looking at rockets, the only time I saw rockets were in the hands of, I believe, Jedi once this game. Every other time it seemed like Illuminati had a very strong grip on when power weapons or spawns were coming up. And I think it was just a strong showing of them for controlling the sandbox.
Yes, Illuminati did a very good job controlling objectives this one, and obviously they reported with a 3-1 victory. Right, moving on. Our next map and mode will be Slayer on the live fire map.
So Live Fire Slayer is a really interesting map. So you've got Sniper, and with it being Slayer, you get an Overshield. So it's going to be interesting to see if these teams want to put more contesting on the Overshield or on the Sniper.
That's good. I agree. That's going to be an interesting one to see. What would your team do?
That's interesting. So what we like to, I don't want to give off too much, but one of the things that we like to do on this map is we like to stay within proximity of each other so that we're never not able to team shot. So just using good bait and switch and just like it's Slayer. So this is the rawest display of fundamentals. We're going to see bait and switches a lot.
Okay, so basically just trying to bait them into making a mistake for both sides.
Kind of. So a bait and switch is like you get into an open field and you start a BR battle, and then they strafe behind cover. But when they peek back out, instead of it being them, it's their teammate.
Right. So you might not necessarily get a kill when the second person comes out because their shield might be fresher.
Right. So they're switching, and then you're going to probably lose that battle because then when you're fighting him, the other guy could then peek back out, even though he's low shields, and then finish you off.
Right, because they're cycling in and out to give everyone's shield has a chance to recharge.
Right. So that's a thing, a play where if you have high awareness and and just a high enough sensitivity, good enough reaction, you can flick onto those one-shot players and make a trade happen where it normally wouldn't. So don't ever feel out of a fight completely. Reaction time and awareness are so important.
As long as we're waiting for the match to start, what do we have in terms of damage for the sniper rifle? It's a one-hit headshot.
Yes, so sniper rifle is a one-hit headshot, or one shot to the body or legs will take away the shields completely, leaving you one shot. With Halo Infinite, the shields do not have. There's no headshot multiplier on it with minus certain weapons with shields. So no matter where you shoot someone on the shields with the BR, it will do the same damage if you're hitting them in the big toe or the head until the shields drop. Once the shields drop, you then get a headshot multiplier, which is why the BR burst will kill in one.
Gotcha. Oh, are there any weapons that do have zone-specific damage on the shield?
So any kind of like electric weapon, charge rifle, helps with shields, but there's I can't think of the name of the pistol, but there's an electric pistol that's very good at shield shredding. Um,
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about, but I also cannot remember what it's called.
but yeah, I consider myself a BR specialist. My BR is very good.
Mhm. Okay, let's see. All right, while we're waiting, let's go over what else we've had today. And we've also had an Illuminati versus Sheep heard earlier in the day. The Illuminati won that 3-0. Render Gaming versus Render Esports versus BG Scarlet. That was streamed. Render won that 3-0. Then we saw Illuminati versus Render. Illuminati won that 3-0. No, Render won that 3-0. And then the grand winners finals will be Render Esports versus whoever wins here.
So Render's a really interesting team for me because they this for I would consider this a fairly local tournament for the most part.
I would
And
agree with that.
so they actually brought their full team out, which is really interesting and a very good chance for a lot of these other teams to get a real chance to really come out here, improve, and show their stuff because this is like an actual team that they're playing with and competing with.
Where is Render based out of? Do you know?
Some of their members are here, but one of their members drove from St. Louis all the way up to come visit us today.
Oh my, that's a long way to come for a tournament of this size.
Well, his team called for him, and as any good teammate would do, he showed up when his team called.
That's a long drive to make. Let's see, what else do we have here?
So while we're waiting to get on to the game here on live fire, one of the biggest things on live fire that you can do, I think, is when teams spawn, they're going to spawn either a house, back of a, or they're going to spawn open river, back river, mud, whatever you want to call back sea or open field or whatever you're calling it. It doesn't matter, right? But you're either going to push C or you're going to push B. And if you push B, you have to be careful because you can use movement to counter that if you're spawning on A side with grenades.
Are
So,
you referring to the stronghold point names?
yes, I am referring to the stronghold point names. So, oh, perfect. So while we're here, so this is B. The first image you're seeing here on screen, that's B. This is going to be your A window area.
And that's a commando rifle I think I see there.
Yes.
You don't see a lot of those other weapons. The BR is still just that good.
Yeah, the BR has been a staple of competitive Halo, in my opinion, since Halo 2.
Yeah, I own the Master Chief Collection on Steam, but I don't really do multiplayer. I get way too salty, way too easy.
I understand. I recently had to find a way to get out of my own mentality because um, if you're like me, you are a solo queue. You're a great solo queue player, but there are just some things that you can't do in solo queue or that you can do in solo queue that you can't do in the 4v4 environment. And when you're trying to learn, it's really important that you find veterans who want you to be there because when you do and you find teammates like the ones that I happen to have found, it's really nice because you have a chance to really see your improvement and growth as a player.
Yeah, that was something I've seen when I was doing PvP games, MOBAs like League of Legends, and but one of my particular hangups is I always feel like I'm not contributing. But when I played the EA Star Wars Battlefront games, that was never a problem. I always felt like I was contributing to the objective.
Right. So and just like with any game, there are roles in Halo. You should be able to do it all, but that doesn't mean your team can't find roles, right? There can be objective players, slayers, support players, right? And vocal leaders. These are all important positions, right? If you've got one guy who's vocally keeping your team in it, it's important that you keep him hyped up. So you got to make the plays when he's doing that for you, and you got to give him reason to stay hype.
Right, you got to keep the morale up.
Right.
Alrighty, so we're still waiting for everyone to spawn in, it looks like.
So as you can see, there's snipe hall, mid hall, top mid, whatever you want to call it. And here we have undersea bridge or nest bridge, whatever you're calling it. So we're going to kick this off, and we're starting with Jedi Run Fast. He's going to go key door here and contest the heat wave. And now
Yeah,
he's going
trying to smoke the enemies out with the grenades.
And I wish we had seen Shep's screen, because I think Shep had thrown that nade down towards pillars that I was talking about, how you can counter the movement push to be.
Overshield's up in about 10 seconds.
Yep, good eye. Absolutely would love to have you on my team.
Yeah, I've got a good eye for details like that. All right, so we're up right now. We're up versus 4 up. All right, so using the heat wave in vertical mode, that sacrifices accuracy for DPS.
To an extent, it becomes more like a mangler. You have to lead the shot a little bit, but if you are good at hitting the shots, you don't lose any accuracy, but it is a much harder shot to hit.
Right, that's what I meant. Okay, so we are at 6-all right now in a 12-minute match.
Oh, wow, that was a beautiful green gun. Plasma pistol. We call it the green gun, but what that does is when it's fully charged, it'll take the shields away. They hit the overshield with that, making that power-up completely useless.
Okay, so it's a guaranteed so a full charge is a guaranteed one-hit shield strip, even with the overshield?
It might not fully, I'm not sure of the interaction because I haven't personally seen it yet, which sounds weird, but I believe the interaction is that it removes some of the shields, if not the majority of the overshield. As you saw before, that player was hit with it and then finished off quickly with 2 BR shots.
Gotcha. Now, meanwhile, we are looking at Manifest with that sniper rifle. Looks like he's in a good position.
I wish we could, oh, that's a beautiful trade coming through there for Halion.
All right, now looks like Blind Dream's got that heat wave.
So I don't necessarily feel like this is a good rotational play. Overshield is up, and instead of helping his team to get it, because he has that power weapon, he backed down. Now he's lost that heat wave. He's given the overshield up, and he's given a bunch of control to Sheepherd. He should have pushed with his team.
Yeah. It happens like that sometimes. You're not always going to make all the right choices. Sometimes it makes sense in the moment, but you just find out in hindsight it wasn't.
No, it's right. What they say, hindsight 2020, if only.
Yes. And so we're looking for the Jedi Run Fast now. Looks like he's engaged, double engaging, almost. I think that was a kill and then a trade.
I believe it was a kill, and then he knocked the shields of another player. But shield advantage is not something to turn your head at. Remember, it's still 5 full seconds to recharge those shields.
All right, it looks like Illuminati was in control of the sniper rifle over there, waiting for it to spawn.
So we're having, oh wow, Jedi with a beautiful out BR right there.
All right, Jedi approaching with Shepbot. Looks like they're making a play toward the tunnels. There's a grenade. Illuminati trying to zone them out and get pincered.
So to not trade there with that Mangler player is very impressive. Mangler is only a one-shot beatdown. Almost at any distance if that Mangler bullet hits you. And Fathom is going to choke a little bit there with the sniper, but he's going to get the stick, so it's okay.
Manifest taking a grenade in the face. Survives, though. You said it's a 5-second delay for the shield recharge?
It's about 5 Mississippis is the way I think about it.
Okay. All right, Sheepherd has brought it back. We're at 27-26, 1 kill lead for Illuminati. And Shepbot's got that overshield now.
I do like the pickup of the overshield. I don't know if I like popping it here. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I'm a slayer of Shep's caliber or his IQ. I'm not. But I feel like saving it just a little bit and maybe making a bigger play with it when he's a little weaker so that he can get a free shield recharge would have been a better idea.
Oh, okay, so whatever your shield level's at, the overshield will pop you up to 200?
Correct. It doesn't matter. So if you're one shot, one health, and you pop that overshield, you're as long as you don't get shot until once it's fully popped. If you don't get shot until after that, you're gonna have that overshield.
So overshield is a plus 100%, right?
I believe so. Again, I haven't looked at the exact specifics of the game types because I don't know what it is. But most overshields are about 100%. It's the second layer of shield.
Okay. All right, so we are looking to find dreams right now. They're engaging. Ooh, looks like they got pincered.
Yep. Let's see here. We're going back down.
The Halcyon, they take a good shot on Manifest. Down to the tunnels.
And I just want to point out, if you look at the assist line for all these teams, the lowest assist in the game is 5. You can tell how well a team is working together based on the amount of kills versus the amount of assists. So if you look at Genetics is doing he's 8 kills, 7 assists, and Shep is 10 kills, 6 assists, right?
Right.
Sorry, the lowest assists are 2, right? But if you look at that and you look at the score of the game, you can see here that the game is closer than you would think, because when you look at the assist line on Illuminati, they have less assists than Sheepherd does.
Okay, what I get from that is that Illuminati are getting caught solo or engaging solo more often.
Right. So it seems like they're winning their one-on-ones just a little bit more.
Okay, I see how you're getting that from the sound now. But Adam with the overshield engaging on 2 different ones.
And as something that I'm personally learning as well, Halo is a team game. You really don't want to take these 1v1s because it's all about time to kill. And what's faster, 2 shots from 2 people or 4 shots from 1 person?
Absolutely, that's an important distinction to make. Look at Halcyon. Ooh, can't quite make it happen versus.
He's gonna get a headshot though. He's gonna clean that kill up over there on Sandbags. We know that there was at least one more there. We saw and heard those in our headset.
All right, we are keeping it. Sheepherd is keeping it close. It's 42-40 right now.
It's a very close game. This could very much go either way.
Right. So.
Oh, Genetics with a huge pickup there. If he had gotten the double, that would have been giant. But it's still a 2-kill game here. Absolutely anybody's game.
Right.
So what you're seeing Jedi do there, he's tilting his head down. He's aiming at the ground and running away. This is called strong sighting. This makes your head tilt down, making your head harder to hit. So your body can absorb more shots, and you can take more shots to kill.
Interesting. I didn't realize the character models were that valuable, I think would be the word.
Yeah, yeah, so like the jump here, see, you can't do that jump normally. You can't just jump up there. You have to crouch jump. Your legs actually have a hitbox, so you have to crouch to bring them up to your chest so you can clear the space.
Right. Right, we are at 46 all here with about 4 minutes left. There's no way this is going to time.
No, definitely not. But I do want to point out that Sheepherd has definitely brought it back here. And it is 47 all, 48 Illuminati, 48 all, 49 40, 48 49. So this could be this is the Illuminati game to throw away.
It's all about who makes the first mistake.
Oh my God!
All this, yeah, one mistake and this is over.
Oh, and Illuminati's going to come away. A heartbreaking loss for Sheepherd, I'm sure. But I, having a chance to have sat next to these players and listened to some of their games played in between my own games, I know that these players want nothing more than some sweet revenge.
Yeah, 50-49, it does not get closer than that. Alrighty, we're moving on to Strongholds on Streets.
Now,
what does this map mean for you? What does this map in OD mean for you?
Improvement. As in, I need to improve because I have no idea what I'm doing on this map. Jokes aside, I'm sitting around Onyx 1600 right now after the reset. And this map in solo queue is a very different beast. There are 2 good ways to play this map, depending on how your style of play is. If you're an older Halo player, that's fine. You can still hold points, but you have to make rotations, which is where the Halo 5 players do excel. These newer Halo players are more accustomed to these game types, so they're very familiar with rotations. For you older Halo players that have that nasty shot and strafe that just can't figure it out, you have to make good rotations with your team objectively. You want to fight towards the objective. Don't fight away from it. So what that means is if there's a guy running Purple Street, but you have to get C with your team, let them go. Let them get that spawn. They might already have A. You have B and C. Don't flip spawns and cause a bad situation for your team to get pinched on.
Now, remind me real quick. Hold 2 points to score. Hold all 3 for double points. If you hold 2 points but once being contested, you do not score. Correct?
Correct. So when you're in, if you hold, each team holds a point and one hill is contested with players actively in it, the clock will stop going up for either team. Strongholds has no specific amount of time. The game will play until the game is over.
All right, we're starting with the spanker up. We're looking through its genetics right now. Looks like we're like that hallway with the spanker. That's about the only long-range engagement you're going to get in stream. Do I have that right?
That sounds about fair. And what happened there was very bad. So Sheepherd sent 2 to B to contest, B rails to contest on the opening strat to fight for these rockets. And what had happened is, instead of sending 2 people B stairs like some teams do, Illuminati sent 2 driveway, and they cleaned up both of Sheepherd's players. And when Genetics went to make that play over on Arcade, unfortunately they came up B stairs because they had completely taken the area over.
Okay. So, looks like we've got A and C under contest. Looks like they're about to swap.
So you're going to see here Sheepherd try and rotate to B and get some closed off like angles. So what that means is they're trying to limit the amount of angles that can be pushed towards B from C.
All right, looking to Blind Dreams now. They're engaging at B, defending very well. Oh, and they resecure it. Oh!
And he's going to pick up a big triple here.
And that was a trade kill, but it ended the push.
Yep.
All right, got Jedi Run Fast at C, gonna secure it. Still got Illuminati holding A and B, so they are up 45 points to 2. Sheepherd has not been able to get it started yet.
It doesn't look like, it looks like right now Genetics is the player that is holding it down most for Sheepherd here in the kill department. Chef is definitely trying to, fulfill that player role here for his team.
Spanker coming up right about now.
So let's see how these teams fight for this spanker. This is going to be a huge point. This could be the first genuine big flop in points that we see for the team that gets these rockets.
Mm-hmm. It looks like Blind Dreams is gonna push up toward B.
So we're on board here with Blind Dreams, and they're going to get this B. Looks like 1 went down for Sheepherd, and they're trying to regroup and get all 4 back up before they make any pushes. So what I mean by that is 1 went down. So instead of trying to play away from each other, they grouped up, and then they waited for spawns so that they couldn't get collapsed on.
Mm-hmm. Right. So got Jedi Run Fast pushing toward B, makes a kill, and is capturing. Oh, almost goes down to that spanker. Well used.
Yep. Usually those long-range rockets don't work. I mean, if you've shot the rockets in this game, there's nothing more frustrating.
Mike Fathom getting engaged on by 2 members of Sheepherd here. Looks like he's trying to swing around to the back. Got 2 teammates coming up.
Oh, wow. Genetics with a beautiful nade, because if that nade doesn't come through, that fight probably goes just a little different.
Now, we got 3 down on Illuminati for a moment. We are now at 65 to 51 Sheepherd scoring.
Like I said, we saw a team make a play with those rockets, but it was a big shift in score, just not for the team that had the rockets like I thought it would be.
Right, looking through Chefbot now.
So, oh, unfortunate. He tried his best to cover angles and options. What I think he was doing there was he wanted to pre-nade the option so that he couldn't get pushed, look at the other angle, peek it, pre-nade so he could go back to the other angle. However, once the first nade blew up, the push came through immediately. So it was just a little too quick for what Shep had thought it was coming.
Gotcha. Spanker's coming up now. Mike Fathom has captured A.
And it looks like a triple cap, but it looks like B, Sheepherd is going to get B. And this is how I think you should break this personal setup. I think you go from B and work your way out. B is the hardest point to get because it can be attacked from so many angles.
Right, C is under contest, and he's secured for Sheepherd.
Wow.
That's a long-range shotgun kill. Bulldog, right?
I mean, he's got some heat-seeking shotgun shells, and I'd like to know where he buys his ammunition.
All right, so Looking through Mike Fathom, he's got that BR and the Bulldog. Doesn't see anyone. I see grenades there, so deploys the force ball. As we've noted, you can shoot out through it, but the opposing team cannot shoot in. Gotta break it bit by bit.
That's not true either. There's a little metal piece at the very bottom in the middle. If you shoot that once, it destroys the entire thing.
Oh, there's a weak point there. I did not realize that.
Yep.
Okay, so it looks like we are all point Illuminati. Be under contest and goes to Shepherd. And
halfway to victory.
This is close, but Illuminati has the advantage right now.
It looks like Shepherd are in a strong position to make a comeback. We'll see how this B push plays out for Illuminati. But so far, it's not looking so good because that noiseman and kill came through.
Alright, Shepbot goes down. Mike Fathom is also down. Looking through Manifest. Manifest is capturing B.
He's going to be hit with this nade. I'm watching this. As you can see, we have one guy tires. We got a guy B rails, and we've got one top A. Oh, he tried to push into PD, but it was a little slow. He should have seen the two there, and instead of putting shots down, he should have tried to get to PD, maybe get lucky, get his teammates to spawn on him.
All right, so we are at 127 to 98 in favor of Illuminati, and Shepherd has now captured all 3 points.
And it looks like the triple cap is coming through for Shepherd here. So this is going to be a huge opportunity for them to make a play and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, A is under contest, but that's the only one. Okay, B is now under contest as well. A is no longer. We're looking through Shepbot now. They're heading for C. Okay, B has gone back to Illuminati, but not before Shepherd takes the lead by about 10 points now.
So Shepherd now have this lead, and one of the things that, oh, Shepbot with a beautiful flank here on C, and is he gonna? And he picks up the double. Will he get the triple? He sees it. He's gonna make a smart play. He's gonna. He almost
doesn't quite get it. Gets punched in the face by Mike. That was an excellent effort.
I mean, if you're from Ohio, odds are you probably know who Mike Fathom is if you play Halo.
All right, so we are back over to Illuminati. Shepbot. Looks like Shepbot is. Shepherd is contesting B, just about can't quite get it. Well, Shepbot makes a very good kill.
Absolutely beautiful. I can't tell you how many times I try to make that same play and get turned on by that shotgun kid.
All right, so Spanker's up in about 20 seconds. We'll see if that's going to be contested.
So we get Genetics is going to get the reset on A, but then he's going to get cleaned up over there by who I believe was Blind Dreams.
All right, we are back over to A. We're back over to 2 points held for Illuminati. C is almost contested, almost done contested.
That's going to be the response. C.
Yeah, Illuminati's able to pull it back.
We have about a 34-point lead here for Illuminati, or for Shepherd at this point, and now we're trying to see how Illuminati's going to respond. But again, and that's what I'm talking about. That happens to me all the time. Although instead of getting the kill there, it's not what usually happens.
Yeah, Mike Fathom needs a grenade explosion there.
So you want to be careful. Red Room will flip spawns too. If my team captain said something really smart about a 50-yard line today, and he brought up that if you go too far while you're playing these games, you'll flip spawns and get pinched. And Red Room is that length. If you go to Red Room, you will flip the spawns on this map.
All right, C is under contest. And we have a temporary sweep for Shepherd. No, we don't. B went back to Illuminati.
Halexion with a huge out BR there on C though, and it looks like they're going to take B back here.
All right, so that's a sweep, and they are in the lead.
It looks like they're getting close to about 200 points here.
All right, so that's A back to Illuminati. But yeah, Shepherd. I heard the announcer. They are about 200. So Sinister Force making plays.
Yeah, he's going to pick up the Sentinel Beam guy there. He's got a guy weak in PD here, but he's going to trust his teammates to pick it up. That's something that's hard to do, just to let that guy go and know your teammates are going to get him.
Yeah, I have an issue with I've got to do it. I've got to go. I have to push. You have to know when to not do that. All right, we've got a sweep for Illuminati. They're scoring. A goes back to Sheepherd.
One thing that I'm really surprised that we haven't seen here is nobody's used the pizza jump.
What?
So there's a jump on B-side street where you can jump onto a light and then jump up to top dumpster and get behind C without having to go in the front of the building.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
All right, so we now have Sinister Force with that Sentinel rifle, I believe.
Carbine, or I call it a carbine. It looks like the
Okay.
carbine.
Yeah, they're just waiting and sniping. Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. It's a 3-shot kill. I mean, that's a very quick kill time.
Ooh,
Oh, genetics with a huge back smack.
all right, so Mike Fathom is engaging at B, but he goes down.
And Jedi's going to get the better of that battle.
All right. Sheepherd is 20 points away from victory here.
18 points here and closing. If Illuminati doesn't make a play here soon, this game is wraps. Now, they're not limited to time because, again, this is a game mode that plays until the time is out.
Okay, A is contested, so Illuminati's making things happen.
Shep using that awesome jump, dude. That's what's up, Shep. Let's go. That jump, for those of you who don't know, I preach that jump to everyone. That is the best, and there it is again. That jump is so beautiful.
Alrighty, Sheepherd is going to pull this one off, 250 to 204. So we're going to move on to Oddball on recharge.
So it is not over. It is not. They are not going quietly into the night here. Sheepherd are looking to make this a series.
Yeah, they're going to have to they're going to have to complete the backdoor sweep though. Lose the first 2, win the last 3.
I'm excited to see who's going to come out here for Sheep and use this charge rifle on recharge because that thing in the right hands is it controls the map.
Remind me, what other options do we have for objectives on recharge?
So you have Strongholds and you have Oddball for objective as well as Slayer. Those are the game types that recharge holds.
Not, I meant like objectives in the map.
Like objectives in the map. So there's a camo at bottom pit. There is a sword back C. There is the charge rifle, as I said, above batteries. And then there is the Mangler, which is on Mangler under Overlook. And then
Gotcha.
there are sticky nades in 3 places on this map, I believe. Being C, bottom A. No, and then there are frags on there are the sticky nades that I was referring to, bottom A. And then there are frags in bottom orange pipes.
Something I noticed earlier today that I hadn't seen before, you can shoot grenades that at their spawn point to detonate them.
Not only the nades that are at the spawn point, but any nade that falls out of a Spartan's kit when they die.
Oh, I did not know that.
And so it looks like the game has accidentally someone crashed here, so we're gonna be getting back into the into this game in a moment here.
Okay, so yeah. All right, so what have you? Okay, long as we're waiting, what have you seen today that you've liked?
So far, decision making by these teams, we're at least I'd say far enough now that we're starting to see the difference in decision making start to play a factor. A lot of these teams are shooting the same. Maybe not necessarily shooting better than each other, or maybe Illuminati a little more because they're winning, as we saw in that Slayer game. They were winning their 1v1s when they had them.
Yeah, I'm mostly self-taught at this, but it's a lot of fun to watch, and that honestly surprised me when I came here to do the launch party.
I have not had as much fun with an esports since Halo 3. I took a very long time break from video games. I played League of Legends, sure, but like nothing that I would consider to like actively playing a video game.
All right, so what do you think about Oddball specifically on this map?
So I like Oddball on this map. There's a couple places that you can set up on this map. There's a long haul setup. There's an orange pipe setup, and then there's a back seat setup. I think the back seat setup holds the most benefits. For starters, the giant wall. So you've completely taken the charge rifle off the table. Unless you're poking out towards C plat, to long haul to try and get an angle, which you could realistically do from boxes. You're basically taking the charge rifle out of the map. Or forcing them to have reaction times good enough to use it, close range.
Right. Now, what is the charge rifle exactly?
So the charge rifle is I haven't played campaign, so I'm not 100% sure the backstory to the weapon or what factor it belongs to. But I'm going to assume Covenant. The charge rifle is an electric sniper that will chain damage if it hits targets near each other. However, it's a one-shot headshot kill, so I call it a sniper.
Gotcha. All right. So while we are waiting for that to re-emerge,
One of the things that I'm looking for teams to do here is get a strong control of top and control that camo. What I think is a giant mistake is if you have top control and you're just willing to jump down mid, you should never be jumping because once you've jumped, you've made it. I think of Halo as hard commitments versus non-hard commitments. So there are options at any given moment. And once you've made a decision like jumping, you've hard committed because you can no longer make decisions. You have set yourself on a course to go. You can only follow that path now.
right? Yeah, I see what you mean there. Already, still waiting to get everybody back together.
It's all right. This happens sometimes. This is it's a game we love, so we put up with some of these smaller things. We definitely want some maps. We definitely want some other things. Better net code, but I think the thing we can all agree on is just a little more consistent servers to start with. Like that's the one thing everyone wants.
Absolutely, I would agree with that 100%.
Because I know if I get another ghost melee, I am uninstalling. No, just joking here.
What is a ghost melee?
So a ghost melee is there's a server, and then you connect to the server via your system.
Right?
So there's where you are on your system, where you are on their system, and where you are on the server. The only thing that actually matters is where you are on the server.
Okay.
So if the server doesn't recognize you're in range for the melee, you might hear the audio cue on your side, you might get the melee, but according to the server, you did not.
Okay, so it's it's a decent problem.
Yes. Yes, it's a decent issue.
All right.
One of the bigger things that Recharge has to offer is for Oddball, like live fire, there is a play ball spot. So we're looking for teams, in my opinion, to control back C, get a good point. So what I think they should be doing is having somebody sit around control, somebody sitting front boxes to watch C plat, the ball guy sitting back box so he can play ball, and then someone watching blue pipes. This way you've got every possible entrance and angle covered.
Right. Okay. Now, if we need to, we're going to go to Aquarius Slayer for the final of this. What are you looking for there?
I'm all right. So I'm Aquarius is my favorite map in this game. I think Live Fire is the most balanced competitive map, but I think Aquarius is my favorite. So I'm looking for teams to control Gen side of that map, closet, utility, whatever you're going to call that area. I'm looking for teams to control the Dino side, Dino nades of the map on that Aquarius map. But it does look like we're going to get into this recharge oddball game.
Alrighty, so oddball, as long as the ball is held, your points tick up by 1 per second. It's 100 to take a point, 2 points to take the game.
No, you just need it's just 100 points. You can win 99 to 100. Oh, wait. Yes, 2 rounds. 2 rounds to take the game. My
Yes.
apologies. My apologies.
You're fine.
A big thing with this game is that the timer stops when you hold ball. So, like, let's say you're in an instance where you're up 75 to 73 and there's 15 seconds left. Doesn't make much sense to hold the ball for almost 30 seconds when you could just defend for 15 and let it play out. I know
Right.
earlier in flag I said not to defend. But that's a different situation because in flag, when you have a lot of time left, you don't want to risk defending like that.
Right.
As to where with 10 seconds or 15 seconds left in oddball, you're more likely. So it looks like we just had another crash. So we are going to go right into a break and we will be right back.
Alrighty, stay tuned.
Who doesn't have to get down, you know? Both in the credits, 2 composers, Kevin and Brian. That's awesome.
No known last names.
Sorry, I was trying to like focus on not dying.
He knows. He's too smart. Did you
Wait,
see that?
No, what does he know?
Like I was like staying up on top to try to like
And he was blowing
He
up
was
your.
just going
Yeah,
to.
and he was like ramming the
Wow.
bomb into the
I
pole.
am going to blow
He's too
your
smart.
face up.
Oh my gosh. We got him to the basket.
If you call in right now, we'll include 1% more music. But this is one.
All right, top three. We have what, the next round? Next round, right? Welcome to the fam, Dabbig. Ow! Ow! Ow!
I don't even know what happened. I was the best thing.
Oh my god, my hand!
I had to plug my phone in so I didn't see.
Where are you going? What you doing in my waters? I'm old Greg. A boom! A boom! A boom! 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 Didn't even touch me. I'm a man. Oh, I'm a man. What up, Snake? You're not even cool. I killed you. You're just a tool.
Mic'd up.
Got him. Got him.
Tim, get better.
Wow. I
Whoa.
can't. I'm bad. Tell him to get you
That's-
real ice cream and not popsicles.
Zach.
That makes it so much better.
I just fucking healed myself too.
Oh!
Blow this Jeep up if you can.
Alrighty, we are back. Big Buck and Jay Birder. We are heading into a recharge oddball game for number 4 with Illuminati versus what was the other team? Shepherd. All right, we're looking like we're getting into it real fast here.
Illuminati are up 2-1 in the series, but it is important to remember that Sheep took the last game, so they have all the momentum coming into this game.
Right. Okay, let's see here. Now, how does oddball differ from another objective-based game like CTF?
So in oddball, you're essentially playing keep away. And capture the flag, you're escorting a flag back to your base. And oddball, you're basically saying, "Come take this from me, I dare you."
Gotcha. Right. Alrighty, we are into it.
So we're gonna kick it on board here with Mike Fathom, who's putting some shots. Oh nope, now we're on board with Sinister Force, and he's putting some shots here on top A elevator. We see a guy over there on Dorito, and he's now top ledge of Turbine. One guy BR1, and that is Shep. Shep's gonna take the guy down, battery box. Let's see here. Oh, and Shep's gonna go down. Commentator's curse.
Alrighty, looks like we're playing a little defensively right now. Oddball's off to the left here. Good jump, good mantle. Nice nade. Oh, well done.
He recognized the one shot and decided to clean it up instead of trying to make a play to get away. And now we're seeing some nades come through bottom control. That's going to take Shep down, unfortunately. Not picking the best angle there.
Manifest has that oddball and is just kind of sitting. That's what you want to do in a game like this. Like you said, you're playing keep away.
Right. So and it's not just about slaying, right? If you know one guy goes down at a point and you know that there's multiple there and they're pushing from that direction, rotate that ball somewhere else. Give them a second to push so that they've committed, and then just move the ball. Force them to make a bad decision where you can gather more time for free.
Right now, You can melee while you hold the ball, but that's it, right?
Correct. You can also drop the ball to shoot, which I recommend and have recommended since Halo 3.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that in these rounds today. Chuck the ball, just chuck the ball away and engage if you have to.
One thing that Sheepherd, they're the team that they beat us and sent us into losers. One thing that they did really well is they nickel and dime that ball so well. Like, it just in between fights, in between setups, in between everything. They're taking seconds, 5, 10 seconds here, there, and the next thing you know, they're 80-second lead on you.
Right, it looks like that's what they're doing now. Genetics has held it for a good almost half a minute now.
Yep.
Got to drop it to engage, it looks like.
No, he threw the ball out because the setup was broken. Now they all have to fight for the ball again because it's bottom mid, so if they go try to take it, when they respawn, they'll be getting shot down on. You never want to be shooting up.
Got it.
So it's weird because this map has 2 versions of play ball. You can toss the ball to play it, which is when you throw it low so that it's in a bad spot for anyone who tries to get it, or you have backseat where you can throw it off of the map to reset it.
Yeah. Where does it spawn on the reset? Is it variable?
Batteries. It always spawns in batteries, which is that area. When we get back to it, I'll show you. So the area where the oddball is spawning right now.
Gotcha.
Right there. That's batteries.
Okay.
And unfortunately, genetics is going to go down. And speaking of our genetics, Pro Nades, genetics wants you to know that he wishes you had shown up. Why didn't you come?
All right. So looks like we've got a genetics engaging on that. Okay, that's the shock rifle, right?
Yes, that is the shock rifle. So this is a very hard weapon to use if you're not a mouse and keyboard player.
What makes it so hard?
I think it's the registration. I don't think it's programmed that well. I think that it doesn't register what is a headshot, and you have to basically give someone a haircut to get a headshot. See, that looked pretty good to me, but it wasn't a headshot.
All right, so Manifest was holding the ball for a little longer. We are at 43-26 in favor of Illuminati. Manifest with 42 of those points.
But I want to point out, in the same amount of time, Shepherd got 30 seconds in the ball by just picking it up, waiting, doing the thing that they just did there, getting into cover, picking the ball up, just getting a second, 2 or 2 here and there. Those seconds add up.
Right.
But don't desperate it. You never want to give your life for 2 seconds on the ball, because then it's a 3v4. And then that 1-2 seconds turns into 10 seconds while your whole team respawns.
Right. So looks like the Illuminati are pushing on it right now. Nobody's got it at the moment. All right, so we're looking through Blind Dreams right now. We were.
Still with Blind Dreams here. He's sitting long haul.
Manifest got the ball, so Blind Dreams are probably going to be playing defense for him.
I can't tell if he was shooting at camo or not, if I'm being 100% honest.
Trying to zone away from it.
Wow, the pressure that was just put on the map there from Blind before he went down. And he was, wow, Blind was shooting at camo with that. Wow.
All right, so Shepbot's got the skull now. Looks like they tossed it to engage, or maybe just tossed it away.
Yep, looks like they did toss it down to put it again in a spot that has to be fought for. And as you can see, that player did just lose his life trying to desperate that ball.
Right. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing how this works now.
Ball carrier killed.
At the end of the day, every game type is Slayer. It's how you play Slayer. It's how you play the objective around the slays.
Right, Shepbot's got the ball again, and not anymore.
And we're back on board here.
But it looks like the ball's back in a bad spot.
So sometimes players will choose to opt to let it reset, because when you slide, you can pick the ball up while you're sliding and get back behind one of the batteries and have some cover.
Gotcha. Looks like we're pretty even right now on the points.
And that's going to be a pretty big pickup as 3 go down here for, and that's going to be guy number 4 here on blue pipes.
And that's going to give Jedi Run Fast now some time to just sit there with the ball.
Yep, and we're here now with Jedi. As we just saw Halaxion pick one up. We see Shep get a kill there. And we see Shep's going to go down. Now we see here, this is what I mean, a ball rotation. Shep went down, and the important guy for the setup. start moving the ball towards C, still picking that time up as they move it.
Ball
Right. And so yeah, they've all everyone on Sheep's got at least 10 points now. So they're rotating it very well, like you said.
Well, in this game mode, it's not necessarily about splitting the points between, like for instance, like if you have two players that are slaying hot and they're slaying well and they're not losing their fights, you don't want them to hold the ball, right? You want their BR on the field. So you might take the ball, you might take the bullet and run for a minute or two of ball time that game
Right.
just to let your slayers slay out.
Okay, so Blind Dream's got it now. Looks like they're
Ball taken.
So, as you can see here, oh, he's going to go down, and that's going to be huge. So, if I personally was Sheepherd, I would choose to, in this situation, I would opt to play the time. There are 30 seconds in the game left, but I only need 10 to win the round. So, I'm going to opt to try and win this game off ball time.
all right. So yeah, it looks like Sheepbird is gonna take point one.
Ball carrier killed.
Oh, and he's going to get a clock stopper right there. So I believe clock stoppers come within the last 5 or 3 seconds of the timer. So from 95 or 97 to basically 99. And this will it's a clock stopper medal. It stops because you made the counter stop. I assume that's why it's called clock stopper. I don't know.
All right, so Illuminati's scoring now. They need 20 seconds to tie. But that's a tall order, but we've seen crazier things happen.
So if I was Illuminati, I would try and get around to Slays, and then I would hold the ball for a second or so, because they were at 89 seconds and the other team was at 80. So Illuminati should have opted to drop the ball, get the round of Slays quickly, pick the ball up because the time would stop, and then they could just get 1 second more, drop the ball, and let the clock run out.
Right.
Because remember, it's not always about miles. Sometimes it's about inches.
All right, so into point number 2, Halcyon's had the active camo.
He burned it there though, so Illuminati's not gonna have that camo.
Yeah, that's an important thing to know too. Deny your opponent the ability to use it.
Yes. Denying is just as important as asset securing. Sometimes it's the same thing. Sorry.
Halcyon was engaging at long range there.
He's going to get taken down by the guy Batteries, and it looks like Batteries is going to try and rotate this out to bottom red stairs and get his back pipes.
Now, Manifest with the ball. Like Fathom playing defense, it looks like. Blind Dreams waiting to come back up. District 4 is doing something.
Ball carrier killed.
So I'm not 100% sure what was going on here, but we're going to have what looks to be 2 down for Illuminati. 4 down.
That was a 4 down.
Yeah, it was 4 down for Illuminati there.
All right, so then I run fast, got the ball now.
And we see there Shep is gonna pick up a kill here. He's gonna pick up another one. So this, all right, yeah, there we go. We're back on Shep. So this is what I mean. Look at the decision making here by a Slayer. Watch how he plays this. Right, so he picks up 2. He picks up the guy Turbine. He picks up the guy Camo Pit. Then he goes and he trades with the other guy. So he picks up 3 different players there.
In exchange for only 1 death.
Right. That's that Slayer mentality as well, like making those good decisions and finishing, right? That's what a Slayer does, is they finish what anyone starts.
Right. So we got Mike Fathom here engaging towards that. I run fast and pass the ball. Whoop.
So
Not anymore.
what's bad about that long haul setup I mentioned earlier is that you can get pinched from both sides. I only use the long haul setup when I'm trying to get a round of slays and I know they're going to be spawning where I want to rotate.
Right. Okay, so now Sinister Force look like he's juggling it. Yeah, based on objective scores, I'm saying Mike is. Ooh, looks like Mike
Oh,
just
it
dropped.
looks like another crash. So I think that this is going to cause a slight delay here, and we are going to get word from our team about what is going to happen here. I don't know if we'll be replaying the entire game or if we'll just be playing with Sheepherd having a 1-round advantage.
All right, we have not had word on that yet. We'll let you know as soon as we do. All right, so In the meantime, what else have you got you can tell us?
Both of these teams are playing well. Obviously they made it this far, so they're playing well. But both of these teams, in the aspect of decision making, they're not over pushing too much. The game is close. It's very back and forth. You can see how close in terms of like decision making these teams are, but you can see at the end of the day how important decision making is at this level because again, it doesn't matter how individually good your shot is, while that is important, because you can't shoot 4 shots in the time that 2 people can shoot 2 or 4 people can shoot 1.
All right, so we are going to restart this oddball match, but we will be starting at 1-0.
Perfect. So then, yeah, that's the word. So Sheep is going to have that 1-0 round advantage. So Sheep only needs 1 round, as to where Illuminati are going to need 2 rounds to win the sideball game.
Got to remember though, Sheepherd is facing elimination at this point, so their backs are against the wall.
Again, but they have all that momentum. Previous round 1, previous game 1, and I mean, it didn't look like there were moments where Illuminati was putting some pressure on with the ball, but it was still very very good timing pushes by Sheep Gaming.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
One thing that they did very well is, and I don't know if this is something that they specifically practiced or if it's just from playing together, because I know everyone in that team, with the exception I believe one player, has been playing together for like a very long time. I don't know exactly how long, but it's been a very long time for them. So, sorry, my throat went dry there.
You're
But
fine.
can't remember what I was saying. Oh well.
All right, so waiting for the 2.2 to restart.
So grapple's actually a really cool mechanic. There are things that you can do to cancel. You can shoot to stop your grapple, you can melee, or you can crouch. So if you use your grapple at like 45 roughly degree angle from batteries towards top control or top BR, you can crouch at about halfway through your grapple. The momentum will still lift you up and carry you all the way through the top door of BR, and it's a free way to get up there.
Neat.
So you can cover a lot of the distance of the map and get a power position all in one move.
So we're in here. Where on this map is the grapple shot?
The grapple shot spawns to the left of batteries if you're looking out towards C, or if you know where batteries is, it's those 4 little stacks on the map that go up and down. We're looking at them right now in the upper right-hand screen, as we can no longer see them, and they're back for a
By the
moment.
turbine.
Correct.
Okay. Right there. Is that a grenade spawn?
No, that is camo.
Oh, that's the camo. Okay.
Yep, that's good. So this is turbine right here. This is top elevator up there, bottom elevator, elevator stairs. You have Mangler stairs. Then there's I call that I call it top turbine. Then there's that little ledge in between the turbine, the top turbine. I call that Dorito because it's a triangle. I don't know. Callouts aren't fully set in stone. While there are some universal ones, pinging is a huge mechanic in this game. If you don't have a mic or you can't call out or your teammates can't hear you, use that ping button, map it. If you play most default, I think it's up on the D-pad if you're a controller player, or if you play on keyboard and mouse, it's the X button or the X key.
Right, yeah. Callouts are always important, especially if you're playing with randoms and who might not have a mic.
Well, yeah, I mean, callouts are their information, right? If you ping an enemy or enemies, so if you see multiple enemies in an area and you ping one enemy, it will ping the number of enemies. So if you see 3 enemies and you only click 1, it will ping the number 3, letting your team know that there are 3 enemies there.
Right, so they might be able to help you engage, go another way if they're going for an objective.
Yep. And if you find yourself playing in a 4-man team, make sure you're communicating what you're doing and where you're looking. It's important for these things. If you're not doing these things, you're not like actively trying to win. You're just hoping for the best and playing randomly.
Right, that is not how you win.
No. All right. So while we wait to get back into this game, what do you think of these 2 teams so far? Who do you think is gonna, just based on what we've seen so far, who do you think is gonna edge this oddball game out?
I think Illuminati is going to be able to make it happen. Like I've seen a lot of their their team fights, their solo fights. They know what they're doing, and I think they know it just a little better than Sheepherd.
I think that both of these teams are really skilled, and I think that at the level that these two teams are playing at, decision making is going to play a large role into this. And I think it's going to come down to which team is playing better at that moment decisionally. These teams have very similar shots. They have very similar play styles in the way that they want to control the game. So I think it's going to come down to which team is just playing as a team more.
Right. It could go either way, just who's executing better.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, that's normally how it is, but in this aspect, there are things that you can do to statistically increase your chances of success. Like you can practice the same strategies, do the same things, be consistent, right? Because consistency is important, but you don't want to be so consistent you're predictable.
Right. Predictability gets you killed.
Right. Not strafing also gets you killed.
Right. That's a fundamental, though, I would say.
Fair enough. But I actually I don't even really agree with that because I've climbed to Onyx on a couple accounts and seeing the ranks. I think from gold to platinum 6 to like low diamond. The biggest factor is if you strafe in that elo, like, and you really focus on your strafe, like maybe 10 to 15 minutes a day, just go into a custom game and practice that alone. You'll climb to diamond 2 no problems. But when you start to get there, it's going to revolve more around your shot and your ability to slay. When you get to Onyx, if you want to climb in Onyx, you're going to need to understand solo queue decision making. If you want to improve in a team setting, I'm going to recommend that you play custom 8s, you play 4v4 customs with your friends, only play in that team environment, build that team chemistry so you understand how to play in that 4v4 environment. Because if you're coming into a 4v4 environment for the first time in, say, 10 years and you're not super well versed on it because you haven't had to play in a team environment for a long time, you're going to have a ton of bad habits because you've been playing solo.
Right. Yeah, I can see where all of that is coming from. Like again, though, I'm not big on PvP, so a lot of this is new to me.
Of course. This game is a very spectator-friendly sport, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, I came here to help do coverage for the launch party. It really surprised me how much I enjoyed watching this stuff.
Yeah, it's hype. I had fun today. I was screaming. I got an overkill in pool play, so that's pretty fun.
Hmm.
Almost got an overkill on Sheep Gaming. Was yelling at them across the halls. You know, why you running? Where's my over? You know, but they still won the game, right? Like I can sit here and be like, well, I almost got the overkill, but like they, you know, they're playing right now. We're not. So what does that
Right.
say?
Yeah, it says doesn't necessarily say anything about you guys. Maybe just that Sheepherd was executing better.
Yeah, definitely. I think that we're every bit as good as Illuminati or Sheep when we're playing our game. At our best, I think that we are mechanically skilled enough individually that when we play together, it's kind of absurd.
All right, looks like we're back in at long last. Moving. Alrighty.
So we're gonna kick off on this. So let's go over some fun calls. So this is the bottom elevator. These are the sticky nades. These nades are good because it offers you very strong control. You can't walk through any doorway that's got a nade on the other side of it.
Sticky are they like proximity mines?
No, but they stick, so they'll stick, right? Obviously, so you can throw it to the ground and it'll stick to the ground. It'll bounce once and then it'll stick. As to where the frag will bounce and blow up, or bounce and blow up, or whatever. However, you threw it momentumly. Excuse me, a little bit of heartburn. But the biggest thing is that plasma nades are used as a motive to deny access for the oddball game type, in my opinion. If you control the plasmas on control BR, you're gonna be. Ooh, we have game.
Right. You can toss one in front of, like you can backpedal, toss one in front of you, and force them to stop or get blown up.
Right. Or they can push through, dodge it, but still take splash damage.
Gotcha. It looks like our colors have swapped. Illuminati is now in blue, Sheepherd in purple.
I mean, I'm not mad. Sheepherd looked good in purple, so.
All right, Shepbot got that active camo. Ooh.
Ball taken.
It's going to be a big kill for Shepbot. And this is the player that I want to see the most out of this for the rest of the series. I think that if Illuminati are going to have a chance, or if Sheepherd are going to have a chance to win the series, Shep is going to have to play well.
All right, Jedi run fast, holding the objective right now, or they were. Looks Looks like they abandoned it to engage and got killed for their trouble.
Yep, so now we're going to see here what Shep decides to do. He's got no teammates alive right now, so he's playing for spawns and he's playing to stay alive.
Looks like he's playing zone defense right now, trying to keep the baddies away from him.
So what he's doing is he's trying to create lapses of vision. He's putting shots down. He's putting 2 shots down, forcing a back down so that that person doesn't die to a team shot, and he's trying to create vision lapses so that he can get away and live, and his teammate can clean up those kills.
Right. Meantime, we've had Mike Fathom stuck in 30 seconds on the Oddball.
Yep. He's got a whole half minute here, just holding that ball.
Now look and yeah, he drops it to engage.
Now, what I didn't see Mike Fathoms do there, bottom elevator, he didn't shoot the guy running up the stairs through the stairs. You can shoot through those stairs.
All right, so now Manifest has it, and we are approaching the 50-second. Yeah, there we are. That's halfway to a point for Illuminati. Shepard got the extra camo again.
Well, looks like maybe possibly a blank melee there, or a ghost melee as I call it.
Yeah, it looked like Shepard ran into a 2-on-1 by accident and just couldn't finish it off.
It's possible.
And that's a killing spree for Mike Fathom.
That is definitely a killing spree.
And they are now Illuminati coming up on 80 points.
I'm hoping Sheepherd didn't blow everything they had in the tank on that last game, or on that last round here with the reset. Oh, and just like that, 3 are going to go down for Illuminati. And as you can see right there, Genetics is trying to shoot through those stairs because Genetics, he knows. And if you know, you know.
Yeah, Shepard's got the ball now, and it looks like Sheepherd are in a good position to let some points tick up.
Right, and we're just going to stay on board here with Genetics as Genetics puts some long-range shots down to bottom A stairs, or bottom red stairs.
What's the range on that Mangler? How is that?
So the Mangler will it drops significantly over distance, and you have to lead it over distance. But theoretically, it'll go across the map. There's this.
So it's a projectile, not hit scan.
Yeah. So there's this viral clip of a pro player by the name of Lethal shooting up an ex-pro player or current semi-pro player by the name of Flamesword 3 times cross map on Bazaar with a Mangler for a kill.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's certainly with projectile drop and travel time. That sounds really impressive.
Yeah. It was through open door too, which is even crazier.
Alrighty, Illuminati's gonna take point number 2. So we are on to match point, and we are on to match point for Illuminati. Sheepherd facing elimination.
So Halaxion's trying to get a good angle here. I don't know if he called out the guy BR1, and he did, so it looks like he's going to finish that kill up here. And it looks like, wow, Sheepherd have played this camo beautifully. We see one guy up there, glass, and it looks like that's the only guy there. There's going to be shots, and now he's one shot, one more guy battery box here. And how is this going to get played by Halaxion? He's going to get taken down by the guy Mangler.
All right. Looks like Blind Dreams is just chucking the ball around. Okay, he's got to drop it to engage. He didn't get killed. That's good.
Genetics is not going to get the lunch there, unfortunately, as I'm sure he wanted very badly.
All right, Sinister Force has the ball now. Picking up for Illuminati.
Gonna throw some shots out there, but it doesn't seem like anything other than a body is gonna connect, but his teammate will clean that kill up.
We got only Jedi run fast. Okay, Shep came back up too.
Ball taken. Ball carrier killed.
All right. Manifest with the Oddball.
Wow, and Illuminati are trying their hardest to slay out to get some ball time here. So what you're seeing is that Illuminati had to slay out and basically slay out again because they got close spawns.
What does that mean?
So Illuminati didn't feel what I would necessarily say safe holding the ball there. They felt too much pressure from Sheep. So instead of holding any ball time, the ball player had dropped the ball to continue to put shots down.
Right, so
no ball time was accrued there for Illuminati during any of that fighting.
Okay. So we are at 16 on Illuminati to 2 on Sheep.
Right.
Jedi Run Fast goes down, over to Blind Dreams. There is 1 up on Sheepbird right now.
2 up now. Shep is now up.
And we're back to 4 on 4. Mike Fathom holding the ball, or he was. Whoop, there's the active camo.
Yep, and there's going to be a trade there.
It looks like Manifest is going to have a little time to score some points. Yeah, Sheepbird tried to smoke him out with the grenades, and it looks like they succeeded.
So it looks like Sheepherd now have a good grasp on this ball. I wish, yeah, there we go, Halaxian. So we can see that his teammates were around Turbine area and Needles. So we now know that that guy has been called out long for sure. We see a guy over there top glass who's probably going to try and pick up that guy long, or at least make him back down towards C control.
Yeah, Shepard engaging at long range. Zoning out with his grenades.
And that repulsor is going to come through, but it's not going to be enough to save his life.
That was a 4 down for a while there. Illuminati scoring.
So that's what I mean about firing down. I've always felt like bullets just register better when you're firing downward as opposed to firing up.
All right, Illuminati firmly in control right now. They are ticking up toward 50.
About an 18-second lead here.
Yeah. Sinister 4 is with the objective. Looks like he's...
So I want to touch on the charge rifle again. So for a lot of players who are wondering how to use that charge rifle and what they can do to improve consistency with it, the biggest piece of advice is do your best to, if you want to hit headshots with it, keep it at head level and aim with your left thumbstick. Use movement to aim. Don't necessarily flick your thumbstick. You're not going to be consistent or necessarily even accurate if you're doing that.
Yeah, that's something I've used in a lot of first-person and third-person shooters that I've played too. Yeah, macro adjustments with the look stick, micro with the move stick.
Right. We're only making minor adjustments to look around. So I don't know if Sinister saw that, but for those who heard it, there was a sound like a door opening. That was the Mangler spawning, and that's every so frequently the sandbox will spawn power weapons. We're going to see Sinister go down here as Blind Dreams is the only one up for Illuminati.
Mike Fathom comes back up real quick. It's Genetics holding the Oddball, and they're Sheepbird ticking up toward the halfway mark. Very good engage from Shepard. All right, Shepard building some points, or let's say, yeah, you were talking about the micro engagement. 1 point here, 2 points there.
Yeah, so a lot of like micro engagements, especially for players that are slayers, they'll put 1 to 2 shots and like, oh my
that
god,
was beautiful.
Wow. Oh, almost.
Oh.
Wow, man, I forget what I was talking about. That play was beautiful by Shep.
That was gorgeous.
It really was a very nice double. That's what I'm talking about. Those are the types of plays we're going to have to see from Shep if we want to see Sheepherd win this game.
Right. And now moving on, I saw the Oddball in a bad position to try to contest. Blind Dreams does have it though. They're ticking up.
So we now see 2 on Illuminati go bottom A, and we see Manifest here trying to put some shots down. We have 80 seconds here. There's about a 25-second difference, 26-second difference here in the ball time.
All right, Blind Dreams has it, and Manifest is engaging, or trying to.
And as you can see, they're roaming in a 2-man death squad. So what they're doing is they're supporting each other, just kind of staying very close, so they're always in view of each other, so that they can pick up each other's slays.
Right. Okay, we're at 94 points to 58 in favor of Illuminati. Sheepherd's got to make it happen now.
And it does not look like they're going to be able to here.
3, 2, 1, and that is the game for Illuminati. Well done. That is the game. That is the match. And Shepherd is going home.
But Shepherd did not go quietly into the night. They did come back. They made it a very close last game, and they did manage to even steal the game away from Illuminati.
Yeah, that was a very impressive contest on the part of Shepherd. I liked what I saw from them. Just Illuminati had it a little better.
Yeah, I think that their shots were a little more consistent individually. They were winning more one-on-ones, and in general, when they were controlling the map well and playing their game, it felt like there wasn't much Sheep could do to really break that setup, or it felt like maybe occasionally Sheep would fall into a habit where one guy would get caught out and the team wouldn't rotate back to help pick him up so that he could live his spawn.
Right. Yeah. I see shooty guys go bang. That's all I really see. Yeah.
I'm a pretty solid seasoned veteran. I'm almost 30. I've been playing Halo for the better part of 2 decades now. So
Right, and I've only ever dipped my toes into Halo, so I can talk about what's going on now. You can talk about the strategy.
yeah, one thing of Illuminati is just like Mike Fathom is every if you play Halo in Ohio, you probably know who he is. He's good. He's a good player. He's got a good shot, and his team is good. These teams, they're all good, right? So that's Sheep going out at what? That's third place then for Sheep, right?
I believe so.
Well, it's like Genetics says, right? He's a firm believer in third place. So
All right, so we're going to move on to the grand finals now with Render Esports versus Illuminati, and you might be one more set, might be two more if Illuminati wins back.
yep. I'm actually was only commentating losers finals, so I'm gonna let somebody else get grand finals. I want to go get some games here at this amazing center with my team before we all have to go back home and don't get to play with each other. I want to thank you guys so much for the opportunity to come and cast this game. Bakht, you've been an absolute pleasure to commentate next to you. Arena or Gaming Columbus, thank you so much for hosting this and having me. You guys are absolutely wonderful and awesome.
And Jay, your game knowledge has been absolutely invaluable in this set of matches. Thank you much, and I and my friends Andrew and Vixens are heading home too. We're going to throw it back to a break, and the others will be back to the grand finals.
See you guys.